See if we can continue our winning ways here. Bucks at Colts. Let's go. I always like to receive on the when I'm on the road.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one, between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Indianapolis Colts. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
On 1st and 10, Brissett Ebron with it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. The numbers from last week's game for Ebron: 9 catches, 104 yards.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On play action, Brissett. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that, 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Good.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And here are the Colts offensive starters.
Ryan Kelly's a great example of how valuable centers have become in the NFL. A former first-round pick, he was plugged in immediately to be a starter to handle big nose tackles as well as blitzing linebackers, and also able to move and get out into the run game and get to the 2nd and 3rd level and deliver blocks.
There you go.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On 3rd down, Brissett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
No question at all about his talent, and that's been on display since his first game as a starter at Florida State. On a Monday night, the whole country watching, he only missed 2 passes in the entire game and led his team to a big victory and later a national championship as a freshman.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
It's going to be a long day.
Jameis to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Ready? Black, look at that. Hey, watch the ball.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore. As far as defensive starters go, here they are for Indianapolis. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. From the 36, Winston. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
You can't stop this one. Dude, you the best lineman out there.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. They just do get the play off. Now Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Brissett. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Yes, what a play by White. Let's go.
They hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
I really thought they were going to play action. Let's protect the goose.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Winston. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 67 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Safety's going to move it.
From the 45 on second down, Winston, a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Wow.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The first carry now. This is Johnson. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, start to creep up, start to pressure receivers. Now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Here we go.
Into the first.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. No score after one on EA Sports. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Oh!
He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside
Right
the 30.
over his hand,
Last
dog.
play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Brissett. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive.
Yes.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
1st and 20 on option.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Can you get good enough block on that side?
25, check 25, check 25. Hey, foul.
Gotta check out.
To throw, Winston. And an alley to run.
Okay.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, He'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Jones. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now this can work if Shaheen can get that block.
The carry here for the big tight end.
Okay, he picks up.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Good
51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Good.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Brissett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's good play.
Oh, I didn't even see.
Give the Colts 13 yards at a 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Brissett to throw on 1st. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And They'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Brissett from the gun on third. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Good tackle by Southern.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He got over there too late.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Brissett now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Oh,
but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Right there.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let him down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Watch out for the fakes, bro.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
From the gun, Winston. And Dixon has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. On 1st and 10, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. All day. Green, Timothy.
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston is going to fire one. Rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
Oh, my.
And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Now this one complete on the slant route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Throwing again on second down. Brissett. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. First down, Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. Could we get a touchdown in his first half after all? It's 1st and 10. To the right side to Eric Ebron.
Holding. Thank you.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it's going to be second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing, Brissett. Going right side here, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards.
Damn it. Oh, he missed it.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Are they going for it?
A final shot before break. Hopkins. And his first throw here is incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin with two teams that entered the NFL together back in 1995. Carolina playing host to Jacksonville. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Gardner Minshew, 2 touchdown passes thus far. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And that one's gone to the half with the visiting Broncos on top. A touchdown pass there for Andrew Luck. Finally, we're off to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. The Saints already 1-0, trying to make it 2 straight as they lead on the road. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
Come on, fellas.
A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say we want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
Right,
and they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
One of the selling points at the end route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Winston. Pass complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Winston. Going from right side here, complete. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Here's Winston. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Winston. And that is incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
3rd and goal, Winston.
Thank you.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now Eric Ebron and the rest of the offensive unit trotting on the field. And some of his highlights here from this game. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. And he connects with Ebron. Escapes the defender. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On play action, Brissett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to it.
And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth. And who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Jones.
There we go.
And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
How did he drop it?
And
He was
caught it
tackled.
up. And the Colts pick it up. They're shoving his way inside the 35.
Come on. Stop. He was down.
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Look at that hand and the elbow hit. And then the ball comes out. Give me my ball back. Thank you.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Black 25. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go. Right there.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Wait. Hey, let's get the first one.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel.
Yeah, y'all sure he didn't get his feet down? Can I challenge this? One. Oh, you mean drag your foot, man?
How precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Winston.
No.
Jameis intercepted the third time. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I did not read that right.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Brissett now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. Up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Brissett complete to Hilton. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Brissett now. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. Complete. It's Johnson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you always can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He'll give it here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
I seen it, and the guy was not fast enough.
His first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Whenever I throw a screen.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
He's going to wind up and air it out. This pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball. What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Dean Lowry, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed.
He caught
that.
To
him here in the second half. Now they're going to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
Should have been in the first place.
Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And to give this time to the tailback.
Oh, my.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because Every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Jameis Winston and the rest of the Bucs set to begin this next drive. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Winston now. Looking downfield for Godwin.
Godwin, he's the #1 receiver. You got to catch stuff like that.
Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
A perfect
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Oh, that's what y'all get paid to do, to have jokes. Okay.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
No such thing as a loss. We take 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
To throw, Winston. Completes it to Dixon. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Working out of the gun, Winston. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Slow wander.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Green, 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Now Winston. He'll get this to Eckler.
You can't even shoot.
Give him 2 yards on that play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
All block.
Third and long for Winston. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line. From the red zone now, Winston. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
We needed that, like,
from 4 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
McLaughlin for the extra point.
And the defense.
And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
There's going to be no return.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Yeah!
He can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Fielded at the 20. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for him.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in.
No. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready. Blue ready.
Watch tight end. Out. 3 down. Out. Flip. Go towards the right. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Winston. And lined up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, but whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now Winston. And Dixon has it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football.
GG, Indianapolis, GG. We made too many mistakes.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So this one winds up in Indianapolis victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
2 touchdowns.
So for the Colts, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
3 of them was my fault. That last one.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jones, 12 carries for 103 yards. I got to run the ball, man. We got to get back to that, man. He gave us exactly what I wanted. Good speed, good burst. No fumbles today. Jerron Haywood had 10 catches. Ebron had 9. Kincaid with 6. Godwin with 5. McIntyre with 3. Godwin had 2 drops. You can't be the number 1 and be dropping the ball the way he did today, man. I'm sorry. Dixon had that one. I wouldn't even call that a drop in that end zone. Got smacked away with it. Damn it, man. like 12 tackles. Should have had an interception in there, but whatever. Sutherland with 10. Oh, we fall to 1-1. And we got Atlanta. Oh, God, man. Who is this? Ronald Jones. Uh-oh. He was a normal dove. Gotta get him 2 touchdowns or 100 yards. Think that's doable. Oh, shit. Oh, this is going to be quite interesting. Damn. Very, very interesting times coming up. He's only 30. Shaquille Barrett is 30. I'm not going to do anything until the bye week, which is next week. Yeah. Do some scouting and then we're going to get out of here. Third round. Oh, God. Second round talent. Fourth round talent. Okay. Put him up there. Look at tackles. Antoine Applewhite. It's a hell of a name. Six, seven. Yeah. All right. We are out of here. We got Atlanta next, who is 0-2. The Saints are 2-0. Falcons 0-2. Panthers and the Bucks are 1-1. Anything going on in the news? Seahawks beat the Ravens. Good God, 40 to. I don't know how that's the Ravens when it's the Cardinals. Let's go to the league schedule. So we already know about that. Seattle beat Baltimore 24-3. Okay. Denver beat Houston 27-7. Miami destroys New England 18-3. Cincinnati over Pittsburgh 22-16. Same old Jets. Washington beats New York 13-10. Jacksonville beat Carolina. Who's their quarterback? Nick Mullins is the quarterback for Carolina. Huh. Rating is sky high. Leonard Fournette is still in Jacksonville. McCaffrey didn't do much. Mullins ran 5 times for 25 yards. Tracy Chambers, 6 for 80 with a touchdown. McCaffrey 4 for 49. And they still got Samuels there. Okay. Luke Kuechly is still in Carolina. Great. With Adrian Phillips and Shaq Thompson. That is fucking beautiful. Justin Hargrove. Eric Armstead had a sack for Carolina. Alright. What was that? New Orleans beat Atlanta. Joel Thomas. Oh no, it was Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is in Atlanta. 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Alvin Kamara, 19 for 97. Stephen Quick, we had him in Arizona. 14 carries, 44 yards. Lorenzo Hamlin, 7 catches for 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Michael Thomas, 6 for 63. Robert Stark, 5 for 60. Michael Gallup, 7 for 60. Christopher Herndon, 5 for 47. Calvin Ridley, 4 for 37 with a touchdown. Alright, who they got on defense? Jamal Clayton. Keanu Neal, we know about him. Isaiah Oliver, yeah. Kendall Sheffield. Adam Butler. Is Deion Jones is still there. Vernon Hargraves is still there. Do they still have Adam Butler is the Okay, they still got McKinley, and yeah, they do got Grady Jarrett. Interesting. What else went on? Chicago. Wow, Chicago beat Mexico City. 31-3. Giants won the football game 35-30. Who's the quarterback? Is it still Teddy? Yep, still Teddy. Wentz went for 353 and 2 touchdowns and still lost. I can't have that, man. That's gut wrenching. Buffalo 34-21 over Kansas City. San Fran 20-13 over Arizona. Let me just see something. Kyler Murray only threw for 165 yards, 1 touchdown. Wait. Greg Kittle had 2 touchdowns.